Well, hey there, I'm Roger, coming to you from Brickhouse Guitars in Kitchener, Ontario. And well, I hope this presentation is going to be a whole lot of fun. It's a pretty special guitar that I have in my hands here, and it's one of 15 that we have available of the J.P. Cormier Signature Limited Edition that we're calling the Bear. And boy, it has some amazing features, but it's a guitar that is based on like the pre-war scallop forward shifted bracing guitars, and the whole idea was to create something very different. And the luthier behind this, of course, is Hosen, and he listened very carefully to what we were trying to go after to sort of honor J.P. Cormier and all the various styles of music that he can play. And we ended up creating this guitar. Personally, I also was able to collaborate with JP on this inlay here that we'll show pictures of, but it's basically a bear claw with a guitar pick. And, we've nicknamed this guitar the Bear, and so that is very apt. And why the Bear? Well, JP Cormier actually is known, he has a nickname called the Bear. So, before I noodle and talk further about the instruments, let's just have a visual presentation of this particular guitar. And then, of course, I'll come back and continue the conversation, and then, of course, have some fun playing on it for you. Okay, well, let's take a look at this mighty fine guitar. Of course, it's a Sitka top with Adirondack bracing and a large sound hole, and the Grenadillo or Santos rosewood, as it's commonly called, back and sides. Beautiful sapwood in this guitar. So let's start with the headstock, and it's a very traditional headstock, squared off there, and you can see there's an ebony onlay. The main logo is the A for Avenir, and that's comprised of walnut and abalone shell. Here's a closer look at the SGI logo, which is Stonebridge Guitars International, and we, of course, are the designer and creator of this marvelous instrument in collaboration with Hosen. And also you can see here there is a natural unbleached nut, and the spacing is 1 3/4. And following along, we can see the fingerboard is very, very just clean and elegant, and it is bound with walnut. And as we move up, here we come to this wonderful inlay that I'm proud to say was a collaboration between myself and J.P. Cormier. And of course, it is a bear claw. And you can see there has the main pad of the bear claw is actually a guitar pick. So that's comprised of walnut again and abalone shell. And that's just a really fun project that JP and I put together. Now let's have a look at the top. And the top here is Sitka, a beautiful straight even grain. And it is braced, you can't see it of course on the inside, but with Adirondack bracing. And you can see here the sound hole is larger, slightly larger than the normal for a dreadnought. And we'll zoom in here and you can see the rosette, which of course again is a continuation of the walnut and maple purfling. And a glimpse of the pick guard there, which has a really nice sort of thick relief to it, very, very vintage in style. And along with the traditional bridge, as you can see here, which is ebony. The bridge pins are ebony with the lovely little brass and shell inlay there. And you can see the saddle is, again, the natural unbleached bone. And the spacing is fairly wide, which is, to accommodate fingerstyle playing. It is 60 millimeters. So turning the guitar around, here we see the back of the headstock. And that, of course, is mahogany with a nice sort of cherry wine stain satin finish. And here we see the Grover open gear tuners that are very, very slick. Continuing down the neck, you again see the satin finish. The cap on the heel is walnut. And move along to the back here, and we can see this wonderful set of Santos rosewood with this lovely sort of honey-colored sapwood down the center, and then the center strip again is a continuation of walnut. And then as we move down to the lower bout, you see this wedge, which again is walnut. And you can see there's a little bit of sapwood in this particular guitar, also on the sides, that is really nicely book matched. Throughout the guitar, you have incredible workmanship, beautiful lines. You can see the purflings here are all walnut, and the binding's walnut. The purflings are maple, and it's just very, very clean throughout. And this guitar is boutique built all the way through. And not only does it look amazing, but we'll hear the sound in a minute, and it is truly remarkable. All right, so let's dive in. What do I want to add to the photos? Well, I mean, again, the forward shifted bracing, Adirondack bracing, the whole goal here was to create a sound that is very, very reminiscent of the traditional pre-war guitars. And I say, you'll hear it in a minute, Hosen has certainly achieved that. What you get is this amazing punch and power, and that you can see the sound hole here is larger as well. And so the whole idea here was to have a guitar with a lot of punch, but not necessarily endless decay, but something that would give you very much that Americana, folky, bluegrass, even rock sound. And that really does come out. And so what I'm going to do here is I'll just I'm going to noodle, and I'll just do my best to show you the variety of styles that we can do here. Maybe I'll start with something just very simple, a good old C chord. And you can hear here how purity of notes. If I get a little bit folky. Out a bit here for you. Wake the bear. That's just like shock and awe, like wow. And now let me kind of finish up with a ditty that I wrote actually on the very first bear that we got that is now in the hands of J.P. Cormier, and I'm calling it The Bear. And it was just kind of inspired while I was trying out this very first bear that we got. So here we go, my little ditty called The Bear. So there you have it. Wow, what a beautiful tribute to J.P. Cormier. Thank you so much, Hosen, for building these amazing instruments. And you could be one of the lucky 15, or maybe there's 14 left. I'm not quite sure, but you better, if you're interested, please contact us, because I don't believe we'll have them for long. Cheers, everyone.